All right, so we've got this whole stack of articles you sent in, and
Yeah.
it seems like you're really interested in this whole AI and finance thing, especially the cybersecurity side of things, and for good reason, right?
Definitely.
AI is, I mean, it's really like changing the game for institutional investors, but obviously any new technology, it opens up a whole new world of risks as well. And it's not just like hypothetical stuff either. The Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, or OSFI, they're even starting to sound the alarm bells in their latest report.
Yeah, for sure. OSFI is definitely concerned. And what we're seeing out there
Yeah.
in the field, it really backs that up. AI is powerful. Powerful for good, but, you know, in the wrong hands. It's a cyber criminal's dream tool.
Okay, so I get that AI can be a powerful tool. I mean, help investors make smarter decisions,
Fine.
spot patterns, all that. But where does the cybersecurity risk really come in? Like, how does that actually play out?
Well, imagine a cyber attack. That's not just stronger,
Right.
but smarter. Something that can actually learn your system's weaknesses, adapt to your defenses, even mimic human behavior to get past your security.
Okay, now that's officially getting in his sci-fi movie territory for me.
Yeah, and it's not just a movie plot anymore either. I mean, back in 2022, there was a hedge fund that got tricked into this major wire transfer,
Mhm.
all because of emails crafted by AI to perfectly mimic their executive's writing style. It's like classic spear phishing, but on a whole new level.
So you're saying that even seasoned finance pros, they're not immune to these AI-powered scams. And I know we were talking about this before the show too, about that ransomware that used AI to constantly change its behavior to avoid detection. I mean, back in 2023, that approach was causing chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Like a digital chameleon. And this is another reason why OSFI is so concerned about third-party vendors. You could have top-notch security on your systems, but if you're using an AI solution from a vendor and they're not as secure, that's a huge weak point. And we're seeing a lot of inconsistency when it comes to vendor security practices.
So it's almost like even if I'm doing everything right, I could still be vulnerable because of someone else's mistakes.
Exactly. Look at what happened in 2023. You had a financial services company suffer this major data breach, and it was all because they were using an AI analytics tool from a vendor whose own systems were compromised.
And it's not just financial data either, right? I mean, there was that insurance company a while back whose AI chatbot got hacked, exposed all sorts of sensitive customer info.
Yeah, because they hadn't even bothered with basic encryption.
So this risk, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. And it goes even deeper than that. Literally. What happens if the AI models themselves are compromised?
Okay, hold on. How does an AI model even get compromised?
Well, remember, these models, they're only as good as the data they're trained on. So if that data is manipulated, even in subtle ways, the model's outputs can be completely skewed. Imagine an AI designed to predict market trends, suddenly making terrible calls because its training data was poisoned.
Yeah, so it's like someone tampered with the recipe and the whole dish comes out toxic. That actually happened to a firm in 2024, right?
Yeah, they lost millions because their investment model was compromised. That's why having robust data validation processes is so important. For institutional investors working with AI, you have to ensure the integrity of that data feeding those models.
Okay, so we've got smarter cyber attacks, vulnerable third-party vendors, data manipulation. I'm sensing a theme here. It feels like this whole situation is escalating pretty quickly.
You're right. And that brings us to the speed of AI evolution. Jason Clinton, the Chief Information Security Officer at Anthropic, he uses the term scaling law hypothesis to describe this phenomenon. Basically, AI is getting more powerful at an alarming rate.
So the tools we rely on today, they might be obsolete tomorrow.
Or worse,
Yeah.
vulnerable. I mean, we saw this in 2023. A financial institution
Mm.
suffered a pretty serious breach because their once cutting-edge fraud detection system was outpaced by attackers. Staying ahead of the curve. It's not optional anymore. It's essential.
So how are regulators keeping up with all of this?
Well, they are trying. But even they are struggling to keep pace with how fast AI is evolving. There's a real lack of consistent frameworks out there, especially when it comes to third-party vendors. That's a major concern.
So it's like a bit of a Wild West situation right now.
You could say that. Peter Rutledge, he's the superintendent of financial institutions at OSFI, and he's been pushing for more proactive AI risk management. They're working on a risk rating system for pension plan sponsors and updated risk management guidelines, specifically for AI models and security.
So some guardrails are coming. But for now,
Yeah.
it's really up to investors to stay informed and manage these risks. This whole AI game, it's
Mhm.
changing fast.
It really is. And your knowledge and awareness, those are your first lines of defense.
Okay, well, all this talk about AI-powered attacks, it's definitely making me a little uneasy. But before I completely spiral, I have to ask, is there any good news here? Can AI be used to fight back against these threats?
That's a great question, and it's something we'll be diving into next time. AI can be a powerful tool for cybersecurity defense when used strategically.
Okay, so it's like fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, in a way that makes us safer.
All right, bring on the AI heroes.
It's like we were saying before. AI is like this powerful tool
Yeah.
that can be used for good or bad. And when we talk about cybersecurity, it's not just about protecting against AI-powered attacks. It's about using AI to build stronger defenses too.
Okay, so how can AI actually be used defensively in cybersecurity? Like, give me some real-world examples.
Well, one of the most promising areas
Mm.
is threat intelligence. AI can analyze huge amounts of data from all over, security blogs, the dark web, even social media. It uses all that to identify emerging threats and even predict attacks before they happen.
So it's kind of like having this army of digital analysts constantly scanning the internet for clues. But instead of getting overwhelmed by all that info, an AI can actually connect the dots and see the bigger picture.
Exactly. There's simply too much data for humans to handle.
Makes sense.
But an AI can spot those subtle signals, the kind of things that might point to an attack, even something like a zero-day attack.
Okay, hold on. Zero-day attack. Remind me what that is again.
Oh, it's basically when an attack exploits a vulnerability
Yeah.
that nobody knows about, even the people who created the software. So there's no patch for it yet, which makes it super dangerous.
And AI can help find and fix these vulnerabilities before they're even exploited.
Yeah, it can. It's a game changer.
Wow.
And it's not just threat intelligence either. AI is also amazing in anomaly detection. Think of it like like an AI watchdog. It's trained to recognize what's normal in your system, and then it barks if anything seems off.
Okay, I like that analogy.
So if someone's trying to sneak in the back door or a program starts acting weird, the AI will flag it and alert the security team.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's super useful in finance, where you have these complex systems
Yeah.
processing tons of transactions every second. Humans just can't keep up with all that, but an AI can, like a tireless security guard.
It's almost like AI is giving us superhuman powers.
No.
When it comes to cybersecurity. But does this mean human expertise is becoming less important? Are we all just going to be replaced by AI security guards?
Not at all. AI is a powerful tool, but it's not a replacement for human expertise. We still need skilled cybersecurity professionals who can understand the tech, interpret the AI's findings, and make smart decisions based on the context.
So it's more like humans and AI working as a team.
Exactly. Think of it as augmenting human capabilities. The AI handles the heavy lifting, all the data analysis and threat detection, which frees up human analysts to focus on the big picture stuff. Strategy.investigation, response.
That makes a lot of sense. It definitely takes some pressure off, knowing there's an AI working 24/7 in the background, looking for those needles in the haystack.
For sure. It's a valuable partnership. But the key here is that we're using AI responsibly and ethically. It's not about letting an AI make all the decisions. We still need human oversight, human judgment.
Okay, so we've covered some really impressive applications of AI for defense, but this is a deep dive, so let's go a little deeper. What's on the horizon? Are there any new trends out there
Yeah.
that investors should be paying attention to?
Oh, absolutely. One of the most interesting developments is explainable AI, or XAI for short.
Explainable AI. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, so it's basically about making AI systems more transparent, more understandable to us humans.
So it's not just about the AI making a decision. It's about being able to tell us why it made that decision.
Exactly. Let's say an AI flags a transaction as potentially fraudulent. You wouldn't just want to block it blindly without understanding why the AI thought it was suspicious.
Right. I'd want to know what triggered the AI's alarm bells.
And that's what explainable AI is all about. It gives us that insight. It opens up those black box AI systems so we can actually understand how they work and trust their decisions.
So it's not just about building smarter AI. It's about building AI that we can trust.
Exactly. And that trust is critical, especially in finance, where decisions based on AI can have huge consequences. Explainable AI is still a relatively new field, but it has the potential to be a game changer for cybersecurity.
That's really interesting. What else is out there? What else should investors be keeping an eye on?
Well, the convergence of AI with other cutting-edge technologies is definitely something to watch. Quantum computing, for example, has the potential to break a lot of the encryption algorithms that we use today.
Wait, quantum computing? I thought that was still like decades away.
It's moving faster than people realize,
Yeah.
and it has the potential to both help and hurt cybersecurity. It could create insanely powerful AI systems, but it could also make it much easier for attackers to break through our defenses.
So it's like another double-edged sword.
Pretty much.
What about blockchain? I keep hearing about that in the context of cybersecurity too.
Blockchain is fascinating because it could actually make things more secure by creating these tamper-proof ledgers that are incredibly difficult to hack. So
Oh.
while quantum computing might bring new threats, blockchain could offer some new solutions as well.
It really is like this constant arms race
Yeah.
with both sides developing new weapons and new defenses. And it sounds like AI is going to be at the center of it all.
It is. AI is already playing a big role in cybersecurity, and that's only going to grow in the years to come. It's a tool that can be used for good or evil, and it's up to us to make sure we're using it wisely and ethically.
Okay, so we've talked about the risks, the defenses, and even what the future might hold. What's the bottom line for our listeners? What should institutional investors be doing right now to prepare for this